Welcome everyone. Thank you for being here today. As we know, the STAAR test is right around the corner, and before we know it, we'll be done with it, and we'll be done with all the STAAR tests for this school year. So, as we talked about in the professional development about the Post-STAAR Ramp-Up Camp, we want to prepare for it, and remember that this camp is to strengthen the students' their mathematical reasoning, enhance their problem-solving skills, and reinforce those foundational TEKs that are essential for their success in the next grade level. So just remember, this camp is about reinforcing and reteaching that prior knowledge and those skills that we want them to have. And it's also about introducing that next essential content that is necessary for the next grade level beginning of the year and all that. So this does require us to provide those engaging activities and lessons that captivate all of our students, especially those that are SPED, 504, at risk. And we want to target those so that way we can hopefully improve their scores for next year. So before we start, some norms to help us guide us throughout the meeting. We will begin and end meetings on time. We will maintain a positive attitude and use time well. We will contribute equally and discuss concerns positively. We will actively listen and participate respectfully, address any violations of these norms, and remember our focus is on student learning. And our objectives, our goals for today is to focus on analyzing all student data, identifying those areas of need, especially those TEKs that need that additional reteaching, identifying those TEKs that we want to introduce to prepare them for the next school year. And we will be sharing any strategies, methods that can further support the students in their learning, which includes planning that targeted intervention. And we'll, over at the end, be creating a pacing calendar to follow the weeks after the STAAR test. So by the end of this PLC, we should walk away with that action plan that will guide us the next few weeks for this camp. So that is our objectives. And as you guys already have right now, we have your data, your benchmark data. So I'll give you some time to continue looking at it. As I already explained, you will be looking for the 5 TEKs that we want to target for our camp. So we want to target those most challenging that we know we see constantly students getting low scores in. And so let's take some time to do that. We can work together, choose the 5 top TEKs for your grade level, and then later on we'll talk about what other TEKs we need to look at for the content of the next grade level. We'll be looking at 7th grade with you. Probability?
That's the 7.6, right? Yeah. For 20? Yeah.
20?
Question 20. That would be the most important to go.
No, 7. Well,
7%.
that'll be definitely 1.
The first one.
The 7.6.
Area with 10%, right?
What number?
21. Question 21.
Composite papers.
Oh, 10%.
Yeah. And then after that, we had the one on 15% for 7th grade.
Oh, right there, yes.
Yeah.
The rates.
The 24. So 7.48.
So that's 3.
Yeah.
And then
There's 20 something, 25.
45 and 26, 20.
29. It's lower. 25.
Yeah, 20. There's 25 and 26 here. Circumference of area.
21.
Which one's that?
The question 20 and 22, they had 25 and 26% accuracy.
Oh, yeah.
The dot plots, and that they see it since 6th grade.
The rates one.
Yeah.
Those are five.
Yeah.
1, 2,
So-
3, 4. Which one's the fifth one? I have 28, 20, 21, and 24.
I don't know if it will be 22, that says determine the circumference and area of circles, because that was 26%. And then the one after that is 30, right? Yeah.
36, 29.
29, there was one of 29. And
It's
that
either-
one is linear algebraic representation.
Which
I
one?
mean, this one had 26%, but we already have,
Pues que, a ver, porque como quiera you were doing the area of
Area.
capacity.
Yeah,
Sí.
future one.
so that one's 5.
No.
Over area and then with the capacity.
So we have 7.6 G. We have two of them that are analyzed.
Yeah, 7.6H.
While we wait for six, maybe we can look at eighth grade to see what we can help teach.
Like the 3 to help out teach.
If we see anything like similar, that maybe we can target, that we know we can help out in seventh grade.
Yeah, rate of change. But we're gonna be, that would be good if we would have tackled the other one.
We have one with you.
Yeah, we do? Okay, so because this one, rate of change, they only had 5%. It's question 27. Needs to use the data from a
We
table.
have one that represent constant rates of change.
There you go. Yeah, that one. So then
We
it could
can
be
target that.
8.4C.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
The other lowest one would be
Proportion.
Volume?
Volume? Not that. Oh, for over here. Oh, yes. Volume.
Ah, yes.
Mhm.
How many do we want to target? Do you think around 3?
Yeah, at least 3 to start introducing, and then this one is identify examples of proportions that rise up.
number 18. That one's 32.
32. Then
Yes.
it's proportions and non-proportional functions.
We didn't cover that much.
But do we have that? No, right? We don't have it over here. No.
17.
17. Oh yeah, with variables on both sides. So it's just another step from the equation. It's like
Which number was that?
17. 8.8C.
Yeah, we can do that.
I could do the third one. Like that
Like that one?
Mhm.
So we can-
Even since 6. Because all they do is just add. Now it's just on both sides. 6th grade, we're just doing one step. And then 7th grade does 2 steps. And now this one's
They'll
just both
be doing
variables.
a geometry.
What is the 6th grade?
Number 15. Because they also apply that on 8th grade, the geometry part.
Do they see it again?
Triangle inequalities.
They don't see it in 7?
Triangle
I
inequality.
think in 8th grade.
If there's anything with one-step equations,
Yeah, that one, yes,
Sure.
that one we put all the stars into it, into that T.
In 7th grade, see the 7.11a, model and solve one-step, two-step equations and inequalities.
Yeah, that one, yes, we have a little star on that one, but I was asking about the triangle inequalities.
Oh, triangle, no.
The anterior angles of a triangle.
No, it's just 6th grade.
I think it's
Eighth.
Yeah,
No,
it's eighth grade.
eighth grade is Pythagorean.
Pythagorean theorem, yeah.
I won't see it again.
No.
Area, yes. The
Sí,
area.
area sí.
Sí,
con
sí.
el- Había otro que students need to know how to write an equation. Number 2, monetary numbers and expressions.
6.17.
Generate equivalent expressions using properties of operations in verbs.
No, like the
No.
property is low, but it's
not
needed
very-
for 7.
Which ones are you, which ones are you targeting?
No, not much.
What teams are you targeting? Have
The
you-
ones that are low for us would be 6.7D, the properties, because we have distributed property more than anything. And then we were going for, with 6.8D. Number 12 for us, which is gonna be on area. That's a big one. They do see that in 7. And then we have the 6.8A, number 15 for us. Oh no, but we said no triangle inequalities. So no, not that one. Those two, yes, they're very important. Then we have no inequalities, but then we do have that other one.
9B, right, the one-step equations and
That one,
inequalities.
yeah.
No one's there for sure.
Yeah, because then we're going to two-step with 7. So that one is a double star. And we do have to reinforce that.
Mm,
Geometry,
Anything with,
we have checking accounts, we got 23%, financial literacy, and then we have the data, summarizing categorical data, we got 11% on that one, which is 6.12D. So we didn't really go into a lot of, we didn't even show that before they tested, so I'm thinking they're gonna do better. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to go over it, I don't know if they're gonna see it over there in 7. Summarizing categorical data.
Yeah, like the dot plots and all that stuff, yeah, we chose it.
So we have a star on that one as well. For 6.12D. Let's see it again.
So we're gonna see compound interest and the other one.
Oh, yeah, they do.
The interest, simple interest also.
Yeah, we chose it, it's number 4, the 7.6G. The dot plots,
Yeah, they do.
Partners,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
all that.
So that one is important.
You
6.12D.
can see 8.7A and then 8.8.
What else do we say? The inequalities. Which is.
also give them the teams that we want.
Yeah.
9B,
90.
You wrote the 7th one, right?
Sí.
Below is D. Which one was the other one?
8D, number 12, 6.8D. That one was the area one.
About the geometry, right?
Yeah.
So 6.8D. We need 5.
5 for the ones we want to reteach, and then right now we'll help you out with which ones to preview for next week. So you need 5 for your grade, reteaching, and then about 3 or so for
So this will be for the
Preview.
summer, for like the camp.
The camp,
For
yes.
6.7.
yes, from yes.
And then we just select about 5 for reteaching.
That way we can have a focus since there's very limited time
Can it be the same T or it has to be different
for.
for the reteaching?
What do you mean?
I'm like for the reteaching, is it gonna be now before the STAAR or is that for the
After.
summer?
After start, the few weeks after start.
Oh, okay, so then we can use the same T's, yeah.
Yes, it can be any take as long as we see like where we need to target.
Okay, so the most important I think would be those 3, because they go hand in hand. They'll see it again.
Yeah.
Instead. And we just need 2 more.
Whichever other the ones you might see.
Yeah.
And then once we see that, we can give you the teaks that coordinate with.
Well, we got 6.14A, which is number 23. Which is on financial literacy. And then finally, we have because I have the inequality, triangle inequality.
Now we can put it on,
We're not including that right now.
Okay. Purpose of doing it all over again, you know, doing that.
We go to 11, so 31st.
Number 34.
They're going for C, which student demonstrate understanding how to represent and manipulate numbers and expressions.
Number 34.
examples
So
as
then
of
from these,
ratios,
from these,
multiplicative,
we can tell
comparison,
them which ones they target already.
quantitative,
Yeah.
describing,
So
locating,
it was,
attributes.
Specifically,
because they
we
need,
want things that can also
Go
like they
hand in
said, go hand in hand. That
so
way they
then we
don't
can
have to.
choose,
Ratios and rates or what?
so we can help them out and choose.
Yes,
the-
I know
We're
ratios
gonna continue
comes
seeing
out,
it all the
and
way
we have
to,
one threshold.
Yeah.
Rates,
So that's important.
so they can cover something with rate for our.
Like
the
that.
proportions, the rates, and all
Oh,
of
yeah. Which one is that one?
6.4C.
an area.
This model and software variable to specification and inequality.
That
So
was
that's
34.
7
Number
point.
34.
Because I know
That would be
the
ratios.
ratios are lowest,
Yeah,
but
Yeah,
they did
but
have
they
a
can,
low percent still.
they can target it.
We got 31.
Percent in that one.
So that could be for them.
Number 29 will be the next one, 35.
We also
35%.
scored
And
low
that's
on
down.
rational numbers.
Did you get number 21?
Which question is that?
The applying,
Yes.
the operations. That one's on number 26. But they do get questions.
Yeah, that one is representing a real world problem. And algebraic
Yes.
But they
relationship.
did really good on it.
That should be
I put
good.
that one.
Number 29?
So you know what,
So
this
we'll
one is just
demonstrate
apply and extend, so then it's like, it's more of a real world problem, it's like bigger, not versus just like having the solution already.
I already
Yeah,
have 16.
that's why, so maybe they understand the concept when it's just given to them, but when they have to interpret the wording,
The one that I wrote.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it
Oh,
went
it
drastic.
doesn't hurt.
Yep, it went drastic.
We can also put the drop down ones,
When?
the data one, because we got it there.
We're good to go.
Good. Okay,
So
so,
the 7.7.
yes, we're trying to find the teak specifically that we suggest you guys target for your, that we know can correlate with
So
your
even though,
teak.
yes, even.
We chose, of course, the two-step one, and then what other one? was it?
And the dot what?
The dot plot one?
Categorical data.
Yes,
Mhm.
category. And we need one,
Or B.
which is 7.
7.3. 7.3 would be, because they did good on the, but not on the wording.
And
Question
they also
26.
scored low on solving problems with operations for rational numbers in art grade. So I don't know. I know probably not in sixth grade, the rational numbers. We have one question of that they performed really well in, and then one they really didn't.
Yeah.
When? Really low.
So I would say 7.3B, not, because you see the text, this one's 7.38 and this one's 7.3B. They have a hard time with 7.3B.
14 was order instead of rational numbers or
That-
instead of
Yeah,
mathematical.
and we had said rates, right?
Is this one?
Yeah. The rates, ratio rate 7.14.
Oh, 7.4.
Oh,
Yeah, involving ratio rates and percentages. Okay, yeah, that was good, 7.7. This one, question 29?
Está escondido, míralo ahí.
Yeah, 7.14.
7.14.
I didn't see it.
7.14. So these are the three that they can target, and then these are the ones we're gonna target, and then eighth grade. And then they'll do 6 and then 7.
mhm. I'm medio escondido, medio.
Okay, so we found the three ticks. There are 7.11a. If you want to write.
Yeah.
7.11a, 7.6g, and 7.4d,
40.
which is basically the two-step one, the rates one, and what was the last one? The category one.
The categorical data.
Yeah, those three.
We chose the same one though here. But
Yeah,
that's
pretty
fine
much
because
we're
we need
targeting,
this
yeah.
one to go over here.
That we,
Yeah.
those are just three.
Yeah, those
So it goes
three.
boom, boom, boom. Oh, yours.
Okay, so now that we have our ticks, we're gonna move on to creating a spacing calendar. I do have a blank calendar, which we can fill out depending on the amount of weeks that we wanna take for this. I know I gave a proposed timeline, which was from April 28th to May 21st, around there. And so it gives us about 3 weeks and a half, but we can alter it depending how we see and how many days we can actually do this. I know we take the STAAR on the 23rd, So depending what day we want to start, we can adjust it.
Yes.
So here we just want to start laying out what weeks we want to cover, how many days we want to cover it for, who's going to cover what, or if we're all going to, because I know we all have 2 teachers in each hallway. So if we want to cover the same thing that day, we can do that, or if we want to cover one thing, we can see how this works, but we need to decide on how we want to lay it out and all that.
So we're starting April 28th, right?
Yeah.
We can start that day or earlier, depending on how you guys see it.
Because we have off the 21st, they take some students are gonna be taking the 22nd.
So I think the 28th. So start
28 is a
28th,
Monday right after
Yes.
start.
And then you, I think until the 16th, because then the 23rd would be the last day of school.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
still have to do our final exam.
That's true.
So I think we need like the last week.
Yeah.
So April 28th.
April 28.
Start the week of April 28th through May 2nd. That'll be the first week.
That'll be the first week.
And then it'll be the 5th through the 9th.
5th through the 9th, and then 12th through the 16th. You think 3 weeks is good? Or you-
I think that's, we can lay it out and see how it is and see, because I know some takes we might want to take more time with. So we can see what we feel needs more time and what doesn't, and we can adjust as we go. If we think it's too much or too little, we can see. Because I know we have some days that we can add to or take away.
We don't have any other days that we're operating besides that 21st.
Other than straight, no. So we want to decide which teaks go on which days, and basically just weekly, which ones do we want to, how many days do we want to cover them for? I know, like I said, some of them probably require more time.
Yeah, because if we're doing 5, we can, like, the important ones could do 2 or more, because it's 15 days. And we're doing 5, and then 3.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I know
So
probably
teaching would be
majority
the
of like the first 2 weeks will be
Uh-huh.
the reteaching.
target.
yes. And then the last week could
Will
be
be
the
preview.
one that we're at.
How many days?
So we can take at least 2, because, I mean, if they're a very low percentage, at least, I mean, they're all equally as important. So
Yeah,
then maybe take at least 2 days with each.
and we can also decide if we want 2 classes or just 1.
And then have a Friday like
We can do
a
both,
quiz or test?
right? ACC and math.
So
So they can,
The
so
same
it
thing
can
in
really,
both. The
yeah,
same thing in both.
different like assignments and stuff like
Which
that,
is,
but
Yeah.
order instead of
do
actual
the same thing.
So which one do you want to start with? Which one's what?
I think, did we go by, we're gonna stick with going by percentages, cause we had them like percentage, like the lowest one with 1 and then 2, 3, 4, 5.
We can do it that way.
Like
or
that,
we
or
have
do you,
another-
or the order, like, whatever goes first and then after.
Which ones were?
I
There were
think
7.6G, which is the bar graphs and the dot plots and all that. Then we have 7.9, which is the area. Then we have the circumference and area of circles. And then we have rates.
And then on the
And last
next
one
page,
we
we
have
want
is-
to target which one? So this one, the 6.2D.
The qualitative and quantitative predictions and comparison.
So what about
The probability.
18? I'm on 13% on that one, which is gonna be 6.9. No, 6.9B is the to compare with the equations. So what do you think is best for us to do?
So we start
Do we
with
wanna
probability.
reteach it, but then, yeah,
No,
we're on the
area,
third
no?
week, we're gonna go into
So
two
the-
Sorry,
steps.
repeat it?
Our lowest
So
probability.
so I think we
Probability,
should wait on
the
that
lowest
one
one.
for the
Oh,
next
here.
one.
7.6H and then take 2 days,
Work
right?
on it, so we can do 2 steps. Or what do
We
you
choose 2 or 1 or 3.
I think this one has
Yeah, está pesado. Because it's so, bueno, aparte it's so low, it's,
order instead of order?
yeah, it's hard to, for them to comprehend it.
They got 7%.
Yeah. And then,
Which is the one that.
and then we said dot plot, right?
Is it dot plot or did you say area? Did you say
Area, oh, sorry.
area of the circle or the circle?
The circle first. the 7.9B. And then composite figures, right?
So that's
That one
area
would-
of the circle.
Oh, just a day, yeah.
And then the other one, too?
Yeah.
Because
Which
it's
other one do you want to take,
also
reteach,
acres.
for 6.7D? Number two?
C, and then 7.9. C.
That's general equivalent expense.
Then only now 3, and I will have left 7.6G and 7.4A.
These two.
So we have two more, which is
Bless you.
the rates and the graph. The graph will probably take longer since there's more. There's bar graphs, dot plots, and circle graphs.
So the expressions, and then we'll do the quiz. And then on
So
that-
2 days of the rates, and then 3 of the other one? Or do you want to do 2 and 2 and then test, like, kind of test their knowledge of all of them?
Then we go into geometry.
Yeah, the geometry and the
Yeah,
financial.
like a little combination to see how they comprehend it.
Okay.
So we'll
What do
do,
you want to do first?
do you prefer doing the graphs ones first or the rates? Right after?
We could do financial one first, easy.
Porque
6.4 today.
tienen
Rates.
más.
The rates are más fácil.
6.4.
And then
Yeah,
this has to be
financial is way
fresher in
lower.
their memory.
So 12D
Like-
in
Like
or
it
11
has to
or
be like, gotta
12D.
test them right after.
So
Because if not, if it is whatever.
7.16.
it's 21 to 24.
Oh, categorical data. 6.12D is the one for 14A. We want to say for 7, that's towards this week. Step equations and categorical data. Right? So
Okay, so that's our reteach.
which is 6. So these. 7,
Do we find that space?
Yeah, no.
right?
I know it's limited time, so whatever we can get in there.
Yeah.
We also do in 6th grade.
But I mean, we'll be able to use both
Are
periods.
we going into
So that
7
should
for
help.
like the 3rd week or still?
Yes.
That's how we're doing it. We're
That's
doing
fine.
2 weeks of reteaching and
then
1 week
the
of
last
the
week of
preview.
7th grade.
That's
Sí.
how we laid it out.
This
And we
year.
are giving a test to see how they're doing
See,
with
on
the
Fridays.
reteaching.
So this 2-step equations, which T was that? Sorry, 7-11?
That was
7-11, yes.
7-11 for 2 days.
and then our 8th grade one.
And then we'll do the categorical data
We
Wednesday,
have
Thursday.
8.4 C
the one variable equations.
on both sides, right? Sí, son estos.
¿Estos
estos.
tres?
Sí.
60.
And then we have rates. Change. And then we have volume.
The second
Volume, rate of change, and then the one variable equation.
percent proportion,
Since we only have 5 days.
35%.
Volume es con el que batallan más, ¿no? Volume. Volume has to take 2 days, yeah. Because it's 3 shapes. It's cylinder, cones, and spheres.
And let's put 8.7.
You want to do 2
Yes.
days for T?
Batallan con eso. 9.7A and 2 days, right?
Financial,
We could use
checking account, debit credit cards.
No.
No, it's because they don't
Sí, si no,
get the shape.
Yeah.
the
And
burdens
they see it
with-
like one.
A lot of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, make it fit.
I think 2 days will be.
You know,
And
rate.
one variable
So
equation
yeah, I
or
want
rates.
to do one variable, one step equation, 7 and 8. As in Monday, we take them a quiz.
They
And
scored,
I think-
they scored lower on the one variable.
Yeah.
Here we would
That
do
one.
6.9B.
I mean,
The-
sorry,
the-
higher,
the
sorry,
rate.
on the rate.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
rate. Rate of
So,
change.
Rate, 2 days?
But it's because I think they don't know about, like, they always mess up the y-intercept, like which one, like how to set it up. And look at, yeah, because it says use data in the table, graph to determine the rate of change.
Unless you want.
Oh, yeah.
Slow
Yeah.
of the y-intercept, like they look at it and they don't know how to create, yes.
So we'll do 2
Because
days.
we
of
didn't do,
that.
we didn't need the.
And then one of the other one. Because I mean, we're still kind of tackling the one-step equation 2, 3, because we're already continuing,
But the
so we can do
same
one day on that one.
The one that
So
is
8.4
the
C.
19 is 19.
17.
¿Y cuál es el de geometry?
Number 19?
Number 19?
Wait, 19 they got 45%.
Geometry was the.
And then the last week we were reviewing.
15 for the triangle.
Number
12.
12.
I mean, for
Number 12 was
Star,
10%.
that's-
60%.
But
That
that's
would
a
be
gold star.
6.18.
Ah, entonces,
Aquí
So
it's
that hasn't passed.
I know.
yeah.
We'll do
80.
geometry.
So this is good.
Yeah, no,
we
this
can
is
at least
pretty
try to
good.
see if it
And then
helps a little bit.
28, so we'll do order nationals,
Yeah.
the area,
18 and then
checking
19.
account balances and debit cards, credit cards, whatever, wants the equations, and then two step equation, one to seventh grade, and then after that, categorical data, or to seventh grade.
Luego esto, finals.
Yeah,
This is gonna be final
The
exam
last
week.
like
Yeah.
3 days, no? Final 3 days?
review.
Final exam, review Monday, check it on Tuesday, grades are due Wednesday. Because the final day of school, the last day of school is the 23rd, and it's an early release. Release
Oh,
final, they leave at 1:30.
Then you have any
I don't know. I
weekend?
thought that was finishing the week after.
Me too.
We finished the week after.
We finish on Wednesday, the
Oh,
last
shit.
We do.
I was way off. Okay. Final review.
Because we come Monday, Tuesday.
Final
Wait, ¿por qué me faltaron?
grades.
I'm like, wait, I'm missing some
And
days
then
here.
this.
Yeah, these 2 days.
19.
Sí, falta
19,
7
I didn't have enough
Skipping
days.
days.
I'm like, wait, I'm short on
What
days.
happened to my weekend?
23, there you go.
Final review.
Well, we're set.
Okay, perfect. Now, the last thing is just talk about what we're going to be using. Just for the last like 2 minutes or so, just talk about what we're going to be using to teach these kids or the activities that we will do that we want to try to do. I know very limited time, but we want to try to do those activities that engage the majority of them. And I don't know what you guys, I know I mentioned when we did the professional development that we have iReady, that we have peer assessment and IXL. Is there anything else?
Bottle. I've had my kids on Bottle recently this week, and they really enjoyed it. It's more of a game, interactive, and they have to get the answer correct in order for them to play a game.
Mhm.
So they really did enjoy that.
Okay.
And I think they'll.
And then you can find the teak in it, right?
Yeah, you can assign by team. You can assign by team, so we can target those specific teams as well.
Is there any other
Blue kit,
The
Okay.
blue kits are good.
game
Also,
kit,
now we have the pro account and gift kit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mine is still.
Mine is still not.
Basic.
Yeah, mine's still.
I mean, basic.
Yeah.
mine is gonna expire on the 28th.
In May?
No,
April.
April.
Is there any other things we would want to try? Like small groups, station rotations, what
Study
else?
area.
I would want to try like an escape room.
Escape room.
Yeah, but I don't want my kids moving around the room. So what I want
No.
to do is have them in groups and have them work together as a group. Having their little escape.
Like an
room
online
there.
one?
Have it online, maybe
Or
paper-based,
paper,
have
yeah.
everything in the envelope, and have all their stations already there, ready to go. I don't want a lot of stations, 6 of them is too much already. So we have to work with something that's, manage the time wisely.
Yeah.
We do have to review a couple of notes and then let them go on their own with their little escape room. But everything in their group's already ready to go. Like a manila folder with all their little stations ready to go. I think, I don't know.
No, that's a good,
Yeah.
yes, try something different, especially during this time. Because we basically have been focusing on STAAR, so this is the time to do any of those activities that hands-on and get them more involved with each other and with us. So that's pretty much, is there anything else? Any other activities besides bottle, plug it, escape room? I suggested, I know station rotations, I know some of us don't want to move students around, but maybe we can keep them in the same desk, the
Yeah,
same
the same
areas,
group,
yes,
yeah.
and just tell them, okay, now switch to your computers, switch to, or go with them, teacher-led, student, group work, hands-on. We don't really need to have them moving around or anything. And what else? What about our students that need that additional support? How can we help them? What can we do?
Need that additional
Yeah.
support.
That I know we're reteaching, so hopefully more students are able to grasp the content, but what about those that won't be able to even with the reteaching?
Maybe do like a little small group and bring them aside.
Small group?
Or small group, or one-to-one, because you're gonna have those good high-level kids already working together. So put your lower kids in a separate group so that we can focus, okay, I know this little group over here are my lower kids, so I need to come and focus more on that area. as a teacher, guide them more, you know.
Yeah, no, that's good. And the very last thing, is there anything we can do to involve like their families or parents, the community, to help us out with this camp?
I mean, just contact parents, especially, so we can make them aware of our plan, so that we can have their support as well.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. So we have our plan, and I know we will determine, keep meeting each week to see how it's going. I know it's only 3 weeks, so we'll meet 3 times. That way we can see if we need to make any adjustments to our timeline, see if we need to help them out more with certain tics. And we can also share like any strategies that have been working very well, like what activities we've been doing that have really showed an impact on the students. So we'll talk more about that in the next PLCs. But overall, that's it for today. We'll take this with us and we'll start planning those activities together and create that shared Google Drive. That way we can all have the same activities, the same lessons. That way we can all be in alignment with each other. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for your collaboration and your dedication to our students and helping them. And hopefully by targeting these key areas, we can improve those scores and improve their coming into the next grade level. And that way we can just keep advancing as a school and as a group with our students. So thank you so much.